Hello. You know, one thing when you're a YouTuber, you end up generating thousands of hours of video footage. You end up generating literally gigabytes of imagery when you talk about thumbnails and other associated clips that you use for all your videos. This is an awful lot of information. What would happen to that, or what would happen to you if the worst was to befell you and you suddenly lost everything? Well, the answer is you need to back up all of your work. And this is something that we all have to consider as YouTubers. It could cause us a massive problem. Now, one of the things I was sent, and I was asked if I wanted to have a play and try this out, was this LinkStation N1. And what it is, it's network attached storage. When I worked in IT, I used to install this stuff all the time, and it's effectively storage in a box. So you could move all of your imagery and all of your photos and everything onto it. And, you know, it's all safe and secure. So, first of all, what I'm going to do is open the box. We'll do that together. And with a dodgy bit of scissors, we'll see what's in there and see how it all goes together. I have to admit, I've not played with one of these for quite a number of years, but hopefully the principles are probably all still the same. Like when I have my silver play button opening, you see how lousy I am with packaging. There we go, we got it. So let's see what we've got in this box of tricks. Okay, that's quite cool. We've got that box there. So it's a box within a box. Let's get this open. This is probably the most comical bit of the video, isn't it? Seeing me failing miserably opening cardboard. Okay, so that's one of those. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, reminds me of my mobile phone when I open that. Okay, I'm going to do this on my lap. Okay. There we go, that's the main unit itself. It's in the top of the box, and that's quite slimline, quite small, and the actual network storage will be in there. And you can see on the back the ports, couple of USB ports, HDMI as well, power, and a network port. You know, if you're dealing with moving files to and from, that's what you want to do. Get a cable in there. That's the best thing. So let's see what we got. What else we got in this box of tricks, shall we? User manual. Yes, this is the whole paper saving thing. I'm old-fashioned. I prefer a normal user manual, but this day and age, just scan that with your mobile phone or whatever you have, and then that will give you all the instructions that you want. Let's see what else is in the box. Let's get this off again. And the power cable. So it looks like the only thing that's missing out of here is a network cable. So I've got plenty of those kicking around the house. So yeah, just to summarise, power cable, instructions, and the actual unit itself. So what I shall do is get those set up and we'll have a play, see what it does, and I can show you the scenario in which I would use it, and then what else it does also. So watch this space. Well, I decided for now to set the unit up just on top of my main PC in the house. You can see it's quite slimline, and it's all powered up. It's literally the power button there, just hit that a few seconds and it's up online. You can see, pardon the dust, but power cable, network cable, that's literally it. That's what you need to get it up and running. So let's get it set up and see what this baby can do, and I'll show you, you know, a scenario at least, which would be useful to me in my operation. Okay, now the unit is actually set up and running in the house. I've retreated to the garage so I can talk about and show you the next bit. Nice and quiet out here. What I'm actually going to be using it as is effectively a media center. You see, as I said earlier in the video, with my YouTube stuff, I have loads of videos and I have loads of image and media files I need to keep secure. The unit needs a little bit of configuration first. Now, in my setup, I've bought two 1 terabyte solid state drives. Now, the reason I bought two is they can be configured as a mirrored pair. So one's a parity drive. So if anything goes wrong with one, the data's still safe on the other, and vice versa. It's a level of redundancy that comes with those things. Now, what I wanted to do is show you some of the configuration and the usage example that I've got it set up to do. So let's have a look at the configuration page first of all. This is what you see normally when you look at the dashboard straight off, and this is all the vital statistics of the unit effectively. Now, you've got the actual name of it, which you can change. Now, to access this page, you have to log in using the username, root, and the password 123456, which, as you can imagine, isn't very secure. So you can go on users and you know, sort all of that out within this area here, and I suggest you do so. You've got the model name, the version of Uniraid OS you've got installed, which in my case is basic. That's pretty good because you can configure and set up well over 40 terabytes of storage space with that license, even though I'm only using effectively 1 terabyte. That's all I need. You can see the processor activity here. Bear in mind, I'm not actually doing anything really with it right now, apart from just demonstrating the page. Underneath, you've got the system memory, 16 gigabytes installed, and what's actually going on with it. So again, it's not doing a great deal at this stage, and along with the network traffic at the bottom. Now, up the top here, if we go back, we've got BinHex Jellyfin, which is the media center that I set up for my usage example, and I'll show you that shortly. Underneath, you have a list of all the shares. Andrew is one that I set up, which is effectively the folder where all of my media is stored. And then app data domains, ISOs, and system are all of the, well, default shares that are with it when it sets up. Now, if we go across two shares, you've got all this here, and we can actually click on Andrew. This shows you how the Andrew share is configured with everything down there. SMB security, this is the important one, export. If that's set to yes, that will show up in Windows Explorer, so you can manually dump files back and forward on it, which I'll show you in a little while. One of the vital things here, well, before we go on to that, if we go back to shares, you can actually add as many shares as you like. You just put the name and any other details where you want the share to be stored. Now, if we go to apps, this is very much app driven. There are so many usage points for this box and the Uniraid system installed on it. You can use it for all sorts of purposes. I mean, you can store ebooks, you can have it as a central backup server, you can have it computing things, a media center, you can have it doing all sorts of stuff. Now, it's all divided into categories on the left here, and you can see all of those. Now, the one I'm doing is using it as a media center. So if we go under media applications, and if we disappear off down here, you've got BinHex Jellyfin, which is what I've opted to install. And you can see Jellyfin is a free software media system that puts you in control of managing and streaming your media. It's an alternative to the proprietary MB and Plex. So once that's installed, all of that stuff you'll find under the Docker tab here. You can see BinHex Jellyfin, and if there were other things installed, they'd all be listed down here as well. Now, port mappings, this is important. This is how you get into BinHex Jellyfin. That's the IP address of my unit and the port that Jellyfin is mapped to, in this case 8096. So one thing I would do is come up here. Now, I'm actually recording this on a laptop and showing you this on a laptop. Now, this has got me straight in. Now, what I would be presented with sometimes is a username and password, and you can configure it to not show that if you so wanted. But just to give you an option here, this is one of the thumbnails that I generated for a video I did a few days ago. And down the bottom, if we go to phone backups, this is one of the videos that I backed up a few days.
You know, for more years than I care to remember, the sitting mob, there's big public appreciation. Now, when I don't know where to begin, I really don't.
And you can see there that I scrolled to different places on that video and it was fine, and that's coming across the network. Now, bear in mind what I said earlier, there is actually a HDMI port on the unit itself. So what you can do is stream that content to a television, a monitor for a PC, even have it via a network on a PC or via the network on a laptop, such as I have for this demonstration. And you can see all your files and everything in there. The setup instructions for that piece of software are actually online, and it's a very straightforward thing to actually use. Now, you can work with this unit for just straight backup purposes within the Windows environment as well. If we have a look here, this is me accessing my share on the unit. It's basically //tower, which is a universal naming convention, which says I want to go to my NAS unit, which I've called tower, and then I can access my Andrew share. And then you can see in there, I've got two further shares, laptop and phone. That's where the software pulls all of the media files from, because that's where I told it to. And you can see there the contents of the phone backup. So you can run them exactly the same as a normal Windows Explorer as well. Two options there. But as I said, I would use mine as a media center. There are some links in the description below, which you can use to actually go and purchase one of these yourself. It's very reasonably priced. And for the sake of data security, which is ever so important, I mean, up until a point, I had everything on here. And if anything happened to this, my entire operation would be gone. So you've got that redundancy in place. And the unit is so compact, you can put it in a cupboard, you can put it under a TV stand, you can put it absolutely anywhere. It's so compact and so straightforward and easy to use. And as I said, you can, with the basic license, configure it to have just over 40 terabytes of storage as well. So you can stack absolutely loads on there, movies, TV programs, everything, the whole shebang, you name it, you can do it. So give it a go, see how you get on, and thank you for listening.